The prohibition of alcohol in Islam is a fundamental and well-known ruling, but it was instituted gradually, showing wisdom and understanding of human nature. The reasons behind this prohibition are comprehensive, addressing spiritual, social, ethical, and health-related harms. Here is a detailed explanation of why alcohol is considered haram, forbidden, in Islam. The gradual prohibition. Islam did not ban alcohol immediately. This gradual approach recognized that it was deeply embedded in pre-Islamic Arabian society and gave people time to adjust. The revelation came in three main stages. First stage, acknowledging the sin and some benefit, but the sin is greater. They ask you about wine and gambling. Say, in them is great sin and, yet, some benefit for people. But their sin is greater than their benefit. Quran 2:219. This verse did not prohibit alcohol but made people consciously aware of its inherent evil outweighing its perceived benefits, preparing their minds for the eventual prohibition. Second stage, forbidding prayer while intoxicated. O you who have believed, do not approach prayer while you are intoxicated until you know what you are saying. Quran 4:43. This stage created a direct conflict between a core act of worship, prayer, which is performed 5 times a day, and intoxication. It significantly limited the times one could drink and highlighted that intoxication clouds the mind and severs the connection with God. Final stage, the complete and absolute prohibition. O you who have believed, indeed, intoxicants, gambling, sacrificing on stone altars to other than God, and divining arrows are but defilement from the work of Satan, so avoid it that you may be successful. Satan only wants to cause between you animosity and hatred through intoxicants and gambling and to avert you from the remembrance of Allah and from prayer. So will you not desist? Quran 5:90-91. This was the final, decisive command. Alcohol is declared rijs, defilement, filth, from the work of Satan. Muslims are commanded to completely avoid it to achieve success. The core reasons for the prohibition. The Quranic verses and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad highlight several profound wisdoms behind this ruling. 1. Spiritual reasons. It averts from the remembrance of God, dhikr, and prayer, salah. Intoxication clouds the mind, making a person forgetful of their purpose in life and their duties towards their Creator. It is impossible to have a mindful, focused, and sincere connection with God while under the influence. It is a tool of Satan. The Quran explicitly links intoxicants to the work of Satan, whose goal is to lead humanity astray. Satan uses it to create enmity and hatred among people and to block their spiritual path. 2. Social and ethical reasons. It causes enmity and hatred. Alcohol is a major cause of family breakdowns, domestic violence, street fights, and social strife. It removes inhibitions and leads to behavior that a sober person would never engage in, damaging relationships and community bonds. It leads to major sins. The Prophet explicitly stated that alcohol is the key to all evils. It is often the precursor to other major sins, including adultery, violence, murder, and neglect of family responsibilities. When a person is drunk, their moral compass is disabled. It destroys families. The financial waste, abusive behavior, and neglect associated with alcoholism have devastating consequences for spouses and children. 3. Health and psychological reasons. Modern science has confirmed what Islam declared over 1,400 years ago: physical harm. Alcohol is a toxic substance that damages the liver, cirrhosis, brain cells, the heart, and the pancreas. It is a carcinogen linked to several types of cancer. Mental harm. It is a depressant that can lead to addiction, alcoholism, depression, anxiety, and other mental health disorders. Impaired judgment. It severely impairs coordination, reaction time, and rational thinking, leading to accidents, injuries, and fatalities, e.g., drunk driving. 4. Rational reason. Loss of intellect. Akal. The intellect, akal, is considered one of the greatest gifts from God to humanity. It is what distinguishes humans from animals and allows us to understand right from wrong and to fulfill our purpose in life. Alcohol directly attacks and nullifies this sacred faculty, reducing a human to a state worse than that of an animal. The scope of the prohibition. The prohibition is not limited to just wine or alcohol. It encompasses all intoxicants. The ruling is based on the effect, not the source. The Prophet said, "Every intoxicant is khamr, wine, and every intoxicant is haram." Sahih Muslim. This includes beer, whiskey, vodka, drugs, etc. Any amount. The prohibition applies to a large amount that intoxicates and a small amount that does not. The Prophet said, "If a large amount of anything causes intoxication, a small amount of it is also forbidden." Sunan al-Tirmidhi. This closes the door to any potential loopholes. Not just consumption. The prohibition also extends to producing, buying, selling, transporting, or serving alcohol, as these are all acts that facilitate and support something that God has declared impure and forbidden. In Islam, the prohibition of alcohol is not an arbitrary restriction but a divine mercy and protection for humanity. It is designed to preserve the human intellect, (AQL), protect the religion, deen, by ensuring a clear mind for worship, safeguard life, lineage, and wealth from the destruction that intoxicants cause, promote a healthy, cohesive, and morally upright society. It is viewed as a key to preserving all 5 essential human necessities that Islamic law aims to protect: religion, life, intellect, lineage, and wealth.